Okay. So this is a, you know, very concise, very precise, very good manual for you to look from time to time to realize that there is a path, and this path has a beginning and has an end, so you're not getting stuck somewhere. You know, that you practice these things together. Okay? So, and then you're ready for what we're going to do now, which is Tantra. Because without these, a good, at least intellectual understanding of these three principal aspects of the path, then, you know, nothing will happen. So I would suggest we make maybe 5 minutes break. Try to stay in silence. It's not a tea break, really. I mean, if you need something to drink, that's fine. But again, try to see the mind. Now you're sitting here. You were sitting in meditation. Did you have strong craving for biscuits or chocolate or tea? Nothing. The moment you go out there and you see the things, you know, the contact, this is in the 12 links, yeah? Having had craving, having kind of decided that drinking tea is pleasant because you have made contact with tea or whatever, and then there's a pleasant feeling coming up. So that stays in the mind. The memory of the pleasant feeling stays in the mind. Next time you make contact with the object, even you don't need it, the craving comes up because you don't want the chocolate. You want the feeling. We are so attached to pleasant feelings. Same with people. When you are together with people who give you a pleasant feeling, you don't want the person. You want the feeling that this person is giving you. When the feeling finishes and the person doesn't give you a pleasant feeling anymore, you throw them away. And you go and find somebody else. And you blame them. Okay, so we use it as an example now. Check your mind. Look at the table that is there. Try to see the impulse that comes up. You know, usually we do this totally unconsciously. There's no need for eating something now. I mean, we've been here, what, an hour and 10 minutes. It's okay, isn't it? There's no need, there's no even need to drink, but it's just this kind of constantly looking for pleasure. This is what is it, this constant craving for pleasure that we think is normal and it belongs to life and otherwise I die. Let's see, if you're not drinking, and if you're not kind of eating somewhere there, you need to go to the toilet, you go to the toilet, you come back, let's see if you die. Or if you can survive by doing the sadhana until lunchtime. I will drink something because I'm really thirsty and I feel my voice is going, so this is why I will drink, yeah? But there's no craving. I know that I need it. I could also, if I would be just meditating, I can be without, it's fine, yeah? There is some kind of wish to be free from thirst, definitely. Well, how can I say there's no craving? Of course there's craving, also in me. So, but try to see how that works and how we very unconsciously reach out and tuck, there's another imprint of reaching out. And this is how we are bound, you know, by these wrong views of how karma works. So, you don't have to despair. We use the break as also practice by seeing what the mind is doing in the break. If you need to go to the toilet, you go to the toilet, otherwise just stand up and, you know, go up and down a little bit in the corridor. See, these things here, it's really funny because it's an offering to the Buddha, so we know it's not for me for the moment. Maybe this evening, there's no craving, you know. It's only people who don't know what that is, they go here and they start taking things from the altar because they have craving for the things on the altar. The moment it goes over there and the mind says it's mine, zack, yeah. So people who don't know what an altar is, you know, especially here in Israel, because it looks like, you know, in a kibbutz, the food is out, people can take, and so it's not that they know that they shouldn't take, it's that they don't know that they shouldn't take. So it can happen here in Israel if you have, or other countries maybe as well, but especially here in Israel, because you're used to this common food, yeah, that people just go there and take from there, you know, even though the course is not finished. But it's okay, because they're not creating negative karma because they don't know, yeah, it's okay. We had this situation at Tushita also. Israelis would just come in, and it looks like a kibbutz, so they would just take soup and a piece of bread, sit down, eat, and then go. So people were shocked. So I had to explain them how a kibbutz works. Yeah, worked. Not anymore. Not anymore also. When I came here 20 years ago in Niroz, I went to visit Rita, and she had to go to a wedding. So she said, for dinner, just go to the dining room, just take. I said, yeah, but where can I pay? She said, no, no, you don't have to pay. Now I go, you have to pay. The people from outside have to pay, unless you're a guest of somebody who lives there. Yeah, but then they have to say, I have a guest. Then, 20 years ago, I could just go. Nobody knew me. I could just go and take, and that was it. It was for everybody who is present. I found this really wonderful, but it also has changed. Maybe there, do you know, are there still kibbutz like this, where you can just, as a foreigner, stranger, go in? No, eh? Okay, great. Because yeah, why is it very few of them? Because our self-grasping mind, because, you know, we take advantage of it. Instead of then saying, oh, thank you very much for the food. Do you need a few hours of work? Yeah? It would work. You see, if we would have like places like this where there's food, and then people say, oh, what can I do? Do you need anything? Shall I give you money? Or you see, when I offer and I say, shall I give you money, I'm not paying. Both make a donation. Both practice generosity, and for me, this is how the world should work, you know. It's like people make something because they want to give something. Other people have money or skills or whatever, and they give it back. Yeah, that would work. And it was really amazing. And when we had the Dalai Lama in Fribourg, and you know, we are a center in Bern, I said, look, if you want to have a shop, by all means have a shop, but I am not at all going to sell Dharma things. I'm sorry, you know, for me it's like we have other places where, but I know that many Dharma centers have to sell things in order to be able to survive financially. But I said, it's like, if somebody wants to take care of it, by all means, I'm not. So, you know, we have a few things that are there. People bring malas from India and all this. So it's there. Then there's a box. There's no price. There's a box, and people can put whatever they come and say, how much does it cost? I said, I don't know. There's the box. Just put whatever you want. This is how our shop in Bern works. Yeah? And we're not going bankrupt because of that. Also, it's not so many things there. So how I saw, because there was the teachings of the Dalai Lama in Switzerland. So the people who were organizing it, they said, you want to have a stall? I said, well, what shall we sell? We don't have anything to sell. And people are going, oh, we can go to Nepal and buy it. I said, okay, if you want to do it, not me. Thank you very much. But what we did, somebody had the idea, we could do, since we have a stall, how about we do something for somebody else? So we started making gomasio. We, you know, roasted sesame seeds with salt, and then you kind of pound them. We made little packages, and we sold them for the nuns in Kopan. Yeah, so at least we had something to sell. And then all the rest that was still in the shop, I kind of took and I put on another table with books that we don't use anymore, and this and that, and tzatzas that people had made. And so I said, you know, it was like, please help yourself, kind of a sign. People came and said, but I want to give you some money. I said, well, okay. So then I went to look for a box, and so we put the box there for these few books and these items and all this, and there was a lot of money. It was about $1,000 inside after these 2 days. So selling something and you pay, you don't practice generosity. Offering something like an object, and then somebody else, you say, okay, you can have that, and then the other person says, okay, I want to give you something. Both of you practice generosity. So it's in the mind. It's not, you know, it's your motivation. It's not how you do it, and it really works. It seems to work. Yeah, it really seems to. But you need a lot of you need a lot of confidence, and especially, you need to trust the law of cause and effect. If many people come and just take, doesn't matter. What is important is that you offer, because the money will come back from another source. when we stopped having CDs, because the CDs, it was also on donation, you know, but people would, for the teachings, we would make audio CDs, and then there was also a box, and in general, people would put 20 euro for a weekend teaching into the box. Then it was on the internet. And it was like, you know, but what about these about 2,000 euro that we get every year from the CDs? So I said, look, we are here to offer the Dharma. We're not here to earn money. Yeah. Now, if we want to offer the Dharma, if we can just put it on the internet and people can download it, I mean, how wonderful. If people download it. Yeah. You can put a donation button underneath if you want. Very few people donate. It's interesting to see. When they get something in their hands, they donate something. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Yeah, okay, there's exceptions, okay? There is exceptions. This is what we said yesterday. I think you were already gone. When I say, I'm talking about, we have a century in Bern. There is very few people who do make a donation when you don't have to make a donation. I don't know why. But still, the money seems to come from other sides, you know?
Remember yesterday when you talked about Kadrila, and she said, no, this stuff is just for people who are here.
Yes.
Why do you think that she said?
Because it was Tantra.
Okay.
It was a tantric retreat. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's why she said.
There's a lot of Tantra online, and I just don't understand. How can we just do this?
I don't know. I also don't know. There's many things I don't know. Yeah. So this is what I mean. So, but anyway, have your 10 minutes break. Pass the table there. Look what happens in your mind, and then say no. In 1 hour is lunch. I will not die until then. And then you can even say, you know, if you just say no, suffering. If you go, oh, may somebody else enjoy that, then there's happiness. Again, it's all a matter of how you think. Yeah. So it's great more that you are going to the middle, whatever, because if there are people who are going to the middle, then this system will be able to continue. So those people who can't give anything, they don't have to give anything. People who can give something, they give something. Yeah. And sometimes even for what it's worth. So it's like with this donation system, so we stop kind of thinking, what is it worth? We kind of start thinking, what can I give? And not how little can I give, but how much can I give? Yeah? And then we would have what I call social justice. Yeah, but then some very rich friend of mine, when I came with that idea, they said, oh, that means that the people who work very hard, they all of them have to pay, and the people who don't work, then they get it for free. I said, well, you know, I mean, if I look at the CEO, what he works, he might have a lot of responsibility, okay, but what he earns, and that, you know, somebody who works in the fields and has 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, that they have to pay the same amount for a piece of bread, this I think is perverse in my eyes. So anyway, just like that. So we make 10 minutes break, we continue at 12 o'clock. If you can stay in silence, that would not be such a bad thing. If you want to talk, I leave it up to you, basically. Okay? Thank you.